because what follows are 10 extensively researched chapters that deal with the people who have shaped our world, our politics, and our lives, and they all have one thing in common. They're all either arseholes or utter shits, often a combination of the two. With that in mind, this book is best absorbed soberly and thoroughly. This is why it might be best to save the book for those occasions where you're unable to leave your bathroom for most of the day, if, for example, you've eaten dodgy tapas. Footnote. Indeed, I once had to step in at late notice for John Barrowman on some charity telethon or other, Children with Needs, I think it was called, after he ate some dodgy tapas on a cruise ship. He was, by all accounts, sat on the toilet for the best part of 6 days, but looked like a new man when he eventually emerged. He now regularly blocks out a fortnight from his diary to consume a strict diet that consists of raw chicken and milk that's on the turn. As John himself would testify, it beats jogging. My stint on Children with Needs was not my finest hour. However, footage does exist under the imaginatively titled Jonathan Pye Live and is available for download from my website for the very reasonable price of $7.99. Trust me, it's better than this book. By looking at the lives of these 10 awful twats, you will learn about our history, our politics, our society, and perhaps take a glimpse into the future. This book covers it all, from pig-fucking to pussy-grabbing. Part political commentary, part polemic. I hope it will leave you entertained, challenged, inspired and empowered, and that you will see fit to hand it down to future generations. Footnote. Or better still, buy the grandkids their own copy to enjoy. There's also a useful glossary at the back, which is a fucking godsend when trying to bump up your word count as the publisher's deadline is looming. Enjoy. Chapter 1. Tony Blair. The turd that won't flush. Let me just set out my stall from the outset. I hate Tony Blair. I hate his smug, rubbery smile and his cold, dead, soulless eyes. Most people these days hate Tony Blair, but I always did. I got there first. I win. I hate the way we all went gaga for him when Diana died, how everyone went doe-eyed as he spoke to the nation and showed real emotion. Bollocks! He looked like a robot testing out a new grief algorithm. If he's capable of empathy, I've yet to see any evidence of it. I never voted for the man. It never even occurred to me to vote for him because his worst crime was committed before he even came to power. Except for the small matter of causing over 500,000 deaths by taking us into an illegal war. The thing I hate most about him is the fact that he destroyed the Labour Party and all that it stood for. He took the best thing about British politics and fucked it. It was the political equivalent of giving the Sistine Chapel a once-over with a Dulux roller. In short, he made left-wing politics popular again by making it right-wing. Only now Labour is beginning to return to its roots can we see just how bastardised the party became under Blair. Put simply, Blair and his curiously vampiric friend Peter Mandelson had created a new party and dressed it up to look like the old one. New Labour was effectively a crafty euphemism for not Labour. New Labour was like one of those annoying avocados that looks plump and enticing, but you cut it open and all you get is a massive inedible stone covered in a thin layer of green mush. Far from being the party of the people, New Labour was all about tackling middle-class problems, such as subpar avocados, for example. So all that happened was that we replaced one Tory government with another, one that admittedly wasn't quite so toxic. It's like shifting from Marlboro to Marlboro Lights. It'll still kill you, but it'll just take a little while longer, and it's more attractive to the kids. Labour from its early beginnings at the turn of the 20th century was about representing workers in Parliament. The Liberals, a major political party during the 19th and early 20th centuries, who were the first to introduce welfare reforms, had failed to help the working classes, and the Tories, true to form, simply didn't give a fuck about them. Footnote. The working classes are best defined as those members of society who earn a low income from manual or industrial work. This is much more accurate than the more common definition of working classes, which runs along the lines of people what read The Sun, eat at Greggs a lot, and who love Ant and Dec's Saturday night takeaway. A new party was required to effect change, and so Labour was born. It was a union-led party that had socialism at its very heart. But what is socialism? Well, the technical definition is so fucking tedious it's probably best restricted to a footnote. Footnote.